everyone, my name is Me. It's written like my in English but pronounced like me in Vietnamese. Welcome to my vlog. Hi everyone, welcome back to the series of The Local Entrepreneur. The Local Entrepreneurs is a talk show where I interview local entrepreneurs, give them the space to tell their story, their drive, their ambitions, their failures and success on the way for them to build their business. And I'm so happy today with me is Innah, the founders of Gather Brunch studio in The Hague. Innah, please say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Innah. I'm the founder of Gather Brunch and I'm really happy to be on the show.
Yeah, today this is my first time ever in the setup of the studio.
Okay, cool, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. And you know what, I always have a dream that maybe in the future the Local Entrepreneur series gonna grow.
Yeah.
And then finally I gonna have my whole crew.
Yes.
And then I gonna have like my own lighting, camera, producer,
Yeah,
and then
that would
can
be
film
amazing.
it in the studio. Maybe at
Yeah.
that time we're gonna rent out your studio.
Please come, you're more than welcome.
But a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, about me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the business.
Yes, before getting into the business. So,
because
yeah.
I knew that you have a quite special story as
Yeah.
well. You're not from the Netherlands.
No, yeah.
So I would love my audience
Okay.
can hear that story.
Yeah, about
you
myself.
as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So I came about 10, 11 years ago as an au pair. And I stayed with a German host family. I'm originally from the States, so originally from Virginia. So I came to The Hague as an au pair, and I spent 1 year living with my German host family and also traveling all around Europe. And it was always like a temporary thing for me. So I thought, 1 year here, I'll go back, I'll work.
But the journey.
But
it keeps
going because I met my husband like halfway through my time as an au pair. So my husband's Dutch. And that's how I met him. He actually gave me directions on the street. So yeah, so it's
so
very
cute.
random. But we dated, and then I went back to the States for a little bit, and then I came back, and I've been here ever since. So for 10 years, living in The Hague.
And then what did you do in between?
Yeah, so when I went back to the States, when I came here, between coming here and Gather Brunch. Kind of in between everything, I worked for a payroll management company in Rotterdam.
Yeah, I heard that you work in human resource.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So when I came back, so I just went to the States for like 6 months. I actually worked for the government for a little bit, helping with the census.
Okay.
We have a census and we take the population information. So I did that for 6 months.
Oh.
And then I came back. And I actually had a friend from university who worked at a company in Rotterdam, and he said, "Oh, we're hiring. Do you maybe want to come and have an interview?" So I went and I interviewed, and I worked in contracts and administration there for 3 years.
Oh,
and then after that, I ended up working at Booking.com in human resources, and actually, my job was in Amsterdam. So then my job was to work in the global mobility department.
Oh, okay.
And so I helped move like hundreds of families
to
Amsterdam from all over the world. So yeah.
And then you stopped that.
Yeah, so I stopped that because I really wanted to work for myself. Like I had this
that's
dream.
the whole story that I would love my audience to hear.
Actually, right in between Gather Brunch for 1 year, I had like a consulting company. So I was a ZZP'er, doing what I did for Booking, but for myself. But then I did that for a year, and I was like, I want to do something else. I really thought, what do I want to do? So I just thought, let me try just organizing a few events and seeing if I even like it, like seeing if I'm good at it, and if people even want those events and want to come. So as I started organizing the events on Meetup and everything, and people wanted to come, and just making different connections, I really felt like, yes, this is what I want to do. So I started doing more brunches, and actually how I met you was doing the dinner on the beach with Camilla, and that was just something that we decided to try. Like
I really see the growth
Yeah.
from the beginning. I just met you about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and until now. In the beginning, it was just an event, a gather up for women in the city. Of course, every time the event that you organize in different theme, and you really bring something to that group of women.
Thank you.
And now I'm sitting in your studio.
In my studio. It was always a dream, actually.
Yeah? Okay.
And I feel like when you have a business, sometimes you have a plan in your mind, like, oh, maybe in 5 years I'll have a studio. For some reason, I just never really thought that it would happen as quickly as it did.
Yeah, I think we can go for it, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I think it's also very important to have a plan.
Yes.
And have a goals.
Yes.
But if you think too much and without doing, what's gonna happen, you know?
Exactly.
So I think that also a very, very important lessons for a lot of people out there, and even for entrepreneurs themselves.
Yes.
To just like do it and learn it.
Yes.
So if you can sum up for me, about your business now, about Gather and Brunch Studio, what it is, what is the core service, the core values that you offer to the people? Yeah,
so at first my core service was actually doing the event, so event planning and also styling. But with COVID, I actually pivoted more to doing things like in the studio with creatives. So right now, actually, my core business isn't events, because with COVID, you know, you don't want a lot of people sharing food and all of that in a small space, well, in a, you know, close quarters. So I kind of pivoted my core service now to really being a facilitator for creatives, like letting them come rent the studio for workshops or a photo shoot or an interview series, and just being kind of the hostess here in the studio.
Yeah, and take care of
people. So that's like my core business, really, just taking care of creatives that come into the studio and making sure that their events go well.
Let's go back a little bit in the story that when you were telling that during the last 2 years running this business, you definitely had some obstacles.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yes.
If you can share one story, one lessons to the audience, what would it be? Can you tell me a little bit about your failures? What did you learn from it, and how did it help you to become who you are today?
Well, I think one thing, when you start a business, everyone tells you that you need to know who your niche is, like what your niche is, and who you're actually targeting. So when I started, my mistake was saying, oh, well, this is a brunch for women, like I'm targeting women. But there are so many different types of women, you know. There are women that will be attracted by something that's very business-like and very to the point. There are women that are more attracted to something that's like trendy, you know, and like styled. There are women that are attracted to things that are more minimalist and like, you know, very high end. So I wish I had kind of narrowed my niche down, and I had actually thought, okay, this ideal woman is my customer, and I'm going to cater to that. Because actually an obstacle that appeared when I was marketing my brunches was some women were like, okay, but what's the purpose of the brunch? Like, why would I come? Like, is it for me? I actually had some women like email me like, oh, I'm coming alone. Is that okay? Like, or oh, I don't have a business. Is that okay? Can I still come? My niche is actually creative women, like women that like styling, women that work in the creative industries, because I have a lot of women like that. So a lot of like, for instance, makeup artists or fine artists or photographers, videographers, planners, like event planners, like women that work in the arts, you know. So one of the women that came to brunch, she actually works for the National Dance Theater, like in the Hague. So a lot of women who work just in the arts, and that's something that actually is close to me, because I love the arts. I love museums. I love art, and I think maybe that attracted other women like myself. So
that's I think that's a very good learned lesson. Because you really need to understand who you serve.
Yes.
So, and then you know what you need to talk to, who you need to talk to, what the message you want to say now, and who actually you want to attract as your customers.
Exactly.
Right? Because you don't want to serve everyone, and
no,
you actually
I
cannot serve everyone.
I cannot. And also, you know, in the beginning I thought, oh, okay, all women, so Dutch women, international women. Dutch women, I love when Dutch women come to the event, but I noticed 90% of the women that come to my events are international women who are searching for a network because they left their old network at home, you know? So those kind of things, if I had known that in the beginning, or if I had narrowed it down in the beginning, it could have helped me with my messaging, with how I word things, with even my branding, like how I brand everything, you know, to just attract more people to come. So
I definitely see the brand that you create from the beginning until now. It's more clear. Definitely. Right.
Exactly. So that's important.
It's really nice to hear all of your story from the beginning until now of your business, and I'm just very curious what you're gonna see the Gather Brunch studio gonna grow. Let's say only next year or in 2 more years. What would you like to achieve with this?
It's actually great that you asked, because I'm already working on the next phase of what I'm going to do. I always want to keep doing the event, so you know, when things get better, I still want to have that part of bringing women together. But something that kind of evolved from doing Gather Brunch was actually having a large network of creatives, and I actually had people coming to me and asking me, oh, I need a headshot for, you know, LinkedIn. Do you know a photographer? Or I need a website. Do you know like a graphic designer? Or do you know makeup artists for my weddings? And so my next thing is I really want to create an agency for creatives, and not just women, but for people working in creative functions. So I'm working on actually putting together a list of people that I can really use to help people build their brands, like get their content for, you know, for their own businesses, and really help build themselves up, because I've been so lucky to have people there who are so talented and willing and able to help me with what I'm doing, and I want to share that wealth with other people. So my next step is actually an agency, and I'm rebranding it away from Gather Brunch, because I really feel like Gather Brunch is more the events, the studio right now, and the agency is really more like dealing with clients. It's a bigger thing. It's a bigger picture. So that's what I'm working on, and it's my next step. Exciting? Yes, I love working on a new project. So it's a lot.
Definitely.
There are a lot of pieces, but it's really nice because I get to reach out to a bunch of people and just ask them, okay, what do you do? Like on the creative side, not just the business owner side, but like, what do you do? How much would you actually like to get paid? Because that's another thing, charging what you're worth, you know? What's your dream project? Who do you want to work with? And what's something you want to do? So that's what I'm working on now, is really helping on both sides.
I wish you all the luck.
Thank you so much.
Last but not least, let my audience know where we can find you.
Oh, yes. So it's easy. So on Instagram, it's just at Gather Brunch. And you can email me hello@Gather Brunch. And our website is gatherandbrunch.com. So it's pretty simple.
And don't worry, all of the information that Innah just mentioned, I'm gonna put that under my description for this episode. Such a lovely talk with you.
Thank you for inviting me out for an interview. I was really a little bit nervous, but it was really nice.
Yeah, she was very nervous.
I was very nervous.
But you did very well, and I'm glad that you shared this story with the community that I'm building. I hope you guys have a lot of fun listening to the story of Innah and entrepreneurs in The Hague. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more local videos coming up. And for now, I'm gonna say goodbye to all of you and see you at the next time. Bye!